Lost Time on Holloway Road. It was a Wednesday evening, and the inky blackness of night had settled in earlier than usual. I had just finished a late meeting in a town I wasn't familiar with, and the quickest way home, according to my GPS, was Holloway Road, a name I'd heard in passing but had never traveled before. The night began innocuously enough. There were no streetlights on Holloway, but the sky was clear, and the moonlight provided just enough luminance to illuminate the road ahead. The dense trees on either side seemed to create a tunnel of shadows, but I was confident in my trusty sedan and the faint tunes from the radio. After about 15 minutes on Holloway Road, the radio started to fizzle out, replaced by static and then silence. I tapped on the dashboard as if that would somehow fix it, but gave up and decided to continue in quiet. As I rounded a bend, my headlights caught a glimpse of a dilapidated road sign. Welcome to Holloway. That seemed strange. I had been on Holloway Road for quite a while, hadn't I? Dismissing it as an outdated marker or perhaps an old town entrance, I continued. That's when things began to get unsettling. Every few minutes, no matter how far I drove, that same sign appeared. Welcome to Holloway. It was as though I was driving in a loop, but I knew I was going straight. I decided to turn around, thinking maybe a different route would be better. But after what felt like miles in the opposite direction, the same sign greeted me again. Welcome to Holloway. Panic began to bubble up inside me. I tried to call someone, anyone, but there was no signal on my cell. As I continued driving, hoping to find a way out of this endless loop, the temperature inside the car began to drop. Despite turning the heat to its maximum, my breath became visible, forming smoky wisps in the chilling air. Suddenly, a figure appeared on the side of the road. It was an old woman, dressed in a white nightgown, her hair wild and eyes pale. She extended her arm, pointing deeper into the road. Half of me wanted to speed away, but something inexplicably pulled me towards her. Rolling down the window just a crack, I asked, "How do I get out of here?" Her voice was a raspy whisper. "Keep driving, but do not under any circumstances look in the rearview mirror." Perplexed but desperate, I nodded, rolled up the window and drove on. My heart raced, and every instinct told me to check the mirror. But her warning played over and over in my mind. Do not look in the rearview mirror. Minutes felt like hours. The moon seemed to have moved positions faster than normal. Time itself was warping around me. But then, finally, in the distance, I saw a light. As I approached, it was a lamppost, followed by another and another. Soon I was driving under a series of streetlights, and the road beneath me changed from gravel to asphalt. The familiar hum of a highway greeted me, and as I merged onto it, the chill in my car dissipated. The radio suddenly sprang back to life, playing a song from the 70s. When I dared to check the rearview mirror, Holloway Road was nowhere in sight. Instead, the bustling highway continued for miles behind me. Upon reaching home, I researched Holloway Road. To my horror, articles popped up detailing a series of unsolved disappearances on that very stretch over the years. Each account described a feeling of looping, chilling cold and a mysterious old woman warning travelers. The most unsettling part was a legend stating that if a driver looked in their rearview mirror, they would see all the souls trapped on Holloway Road, forever stuck in a loop, forever trying to find their way home. I shivered, grateful for the mysterious woman's advice. And from that day on, no matter how much time it added to my journey, I never drove on Holloway Road again. In fact, I avoided driving at night altogether. Some roads, after all, keep their secrets.